Right now on 7 News at 5, the murder trial continues today for a man accused of killing his estranged wife. We have a live report outside the courtroom where witnesses took the stand.
Plus, Governor and Democratic Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz is in Asheville tonight. More on what people can expect.
And we are learning more for you about why book fairs were banned in Greenville County Schools, the latest from the board meeting today.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us here at 5. A jury trial officially began today in Greenville County 8 years after a man is accused of killing his estranged wife.
7 News reporter Taylor Farmer was in the courtroom as the opening arguments and key witness testimony got underway. Taylor.
Amy and Taylor, that's right. Today began with opening statements, first from the state attorney general's office, who is trying to prove John Blauvelt guilty for the murder of his estranged wife, Katie Boyder Blauvelt. The state asked the jury to remember a few numbers. One was the number 6. That's how many inches they say Blauvelt put the knife in Boyder Blauvelt's body. Secondly, the number 2,724. That's how many miles they say he traveled from Fountain Inn to Oregon to escape. Lastly, the number 2,086. That's how many days they say he was on the run. The state finished off their opening statement with reading a message from a journal they say Blauvelt wrote to his daughter Madison in December of 2016. She was the only child Blauvelt shared with his estranged wife.
Someday I hope you understand why I did it. The girl was evil to me. She treated me like dirt and took everything from me, including you. I'm sorry that I had to do that, but there was no other way for me. There was no other way for me. Sorry, bud, I love you.
The defense went next. Public Defender Paul Neely argued that the state has tunnel vision. He says there were other fingerprints at the crime scene that were never examined. The defense argued that the only person the state has ever looked at is Blauvelt.
Tunnel vision is how you ignore the fact that there is evidence at a crime scene of somebody else being 18 feet from the spot where Katie Blauvelt died. Not John, somebody else. And you don't ask the first question about that piece of evidence.
Witnesses were then called to the stand. That included Hannah Thompson, the 17-year-old who reportedly fled with Blauvelt. She testified that he told her he was going to kill Boyder Blauvelt. Thompson added that after they fled the state, he gave her details about how he did it. Now, trial is still underway. The cross-examination just finished up, where they pretty much said that Thompson had lied 7 times before this in interviews, so that she shouldn't be trusted now. But trial is still underway. More witnesses are being called to the stand. For now, live in Greenville, Taylor Farmer, 7 News.
Taylor, thank you. Thompson was charged as an accessory after the fact and other charges also in the case. The state's attorney general's office says Thompson is looking at a 55-year prison sentence, potentially as a maximum. They said she has not been promised a reduced sentence. The trial is expected to resume tomorrow morning.
Well, 7 News is your local election headquarters. Democratic Vice Presidential nominee Governor Tim Walz is making a stop in Asheville today as the race for the White House heats up. Our Chloe Salsameda is live there, where the governor will speak later tonight. Hey, Chloe.
Taylor, this is Governor Walz's first time campaigning here in Asheville. He's expected to speak before a crowd of about 2,500 people today, and the campaign says the event is at max capacity. Now, Governor Walz and Vice President Harris have been campaigning throughout the battleground state of North Carolina over the last month. Vice President Harris held several events in Charlotte and Greensboro last week. Now, a poll from Eastern Carolina University released this month shows that the race for North Carolina is very close, with former President Trump 1 point ahead of Vice President Harris in North Carolina. We spoke with voters about the importance of this election earlier today.
You know, we're a swing state, and it's going to be a really close battle, and everybody just needs to get out and vote. Get the vote out is a big, important message here.
Now, it's unclear what time Governor Walz will take the stage here today. He landed at the Asheville airport around 30 minutes ago and is expected to make his way here to the rally. For now, live in Asheville, Chloe Salsameda, 7 News.
All right, Chloe, thank you. Governor Walz also made stops in Macon, Georgia, and Atlanta earlier today.
7 News, of course, your local election headquarters in the White House says Vice President Kamala Harris called former President Trump today to express her gratitude that he was not harmed in the apparent assassination attempt on Sunday. Both Trump and Harris are headed to battleground states as they look for votes. Skylar Henry has more details. He's at the White House.
Former President Donald Trump is back on the campaign trail for the first time since Sunday's apparent assassination attempt. He and vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance are blaming Democrats' rhetoric for inspiring violence.
It's time to say to the Democrats, to the media, to everybody that has been attacking this man and trying to censor this man for going on 10 years, cut it out or you're going to get somebody killed.
Speaking with members of the National Association of Black Journalists, Vice President Kamala Harris said she spoke with President Trump Tuesday morning.
I checked on him to see if he was okay.
Yeah.
And I told him what I have said publicly. There's no place for political violence in our country.
While her vice presidential pick, Governor Tim Walz, used National Voter Registration Day to make his point.
We don't solve our differences with this country with violence. We condemn it in all its forms. We solve our differences at the ballot box.
Former President Donald Trump is also focused on voter turnout while sending mixed messages about early voting. The former president posted on social media, "Early voting in Pennsylvania, go vote." But Pennsylvania's residents can only vote early via mail-in ballots, and Trump had this to say about mail-in voting just hours earlier.
Anytime you have mail-in voting, you're going to have fraud.
Challenges to recent election results have shown no evidence of widespread fraud, but threats against election workers continue to rise. The FBI confirmed to CBS News the agency is investigating a series of letters containing an unknown white powdery substance sent to election officials in several states. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Former President Trump also posted on social media that if he wins, he plans to go after the people that cheated in the 2020 election. And he said that they will be sought out, caught, and prosecuted at levels, these are his words, unfortunately never seen before in our country.
We've been seeing scattered showers all day today. I wonder how long it's going to stick around. Joining us with the answer to that question is meteorologist Grant Roberts. Hey, Grant.
Hey, Taylor. Yeah, we still have the rest of today, tonight, and even tomorrow to see a little bit more of this rain. The good news is that it is very light rain and it's very isolated all across the area. We're seeing a little less activity in western North Carolina, near Brevard and also Hendersonville, seeing a few of those showers. A little bit more activity in the upstate, but even then, still very isolated. Landrum near Inman seeing a little bit more rain, as we've had a few of those showers also getting into around northeast Georgia. Temperatures, though, they are so pleasant as we're in the mid-60s to the low 70s all across the area. Over the next 12 hours, though, we'll continue to have those rain chances stay in place, about 30–40%. I'll have details what we can expect through the rest of the week in your 7-day forecast.
All right, thank you, Grant. Last month, the Greenville County School District paused the book fairs. You may remember that. For the entire school year. This is because of new state rules on books. Well, today, officials talked about a resolution that they hope the state will adopt. Our Scarlett Lizjack explains.
The Greenville County School Board's Advocacy Committee met today to discuss an issue that could arise at book fairs.
Another law with what unintended consequences.
Today, members of the Advocacy Committee sat down to discuss a new regulation.
At the conclusion of the last session for the South Carolina General Assembly, a piece of legislation was authorized to go through to the State Board of Education, setting up a series of regulations related to media center materials.
The policy outlines requirements for how books provided for students by schools are selected. The Advocacy Committee tells us these new rules impact the school's ability to host book fairs because book fair vendors can send titles which violate regulation without the school's knowledge.
They will send you a list of titles. When it comes time for the book fair, let's say that list of titles is 100 titles long. Well, let's say 20 of those are sold out. They will still send you 100 titles. You just don't know what the 20 are that were sold out. You just get 20 more titles. So the person running the book fair has had no opportunity to vet the titles of those books. There's so much unknown about this that is causing trepidation among our employees. And we want them to feel safe and secure, ensure that they are not going to be in the place of perhaps having their certificate revoked.
So the committee is discussing a simple resolution for a complicated issue.
You cannot guarantee that every book that we receive from a book fair vendor is going to fall inside the focus of what the State Board of Education is asking school districts like ours to follow. So the easiest way, the most efficient way, and the best way to protect the students and the staff is to relieve book fairs from this regulation.
We are told the resolution will get final approval at next week's board meeting and then be sent to the State Department of Education and state legislators. In Greenville, Scarlett Lischak, 7 News.
Greenville County schools tell us that they are looking into creative solutions, trying to let book fairs be hosted out in the community.
A 7 News update. We have learned there has been no action taken by the Greenville County School Board following a recent South Carolina Supreme Court ruling. In a 3-2 ruling, the court found parts of a law that diverted tax money to private school tuition is unconstitutional. Now the Greenville County School Board Advocacy Committee is responding. They say the ruling will impact them, but they don't know how much.
They may ask for a reconsideration of it. They might tweak the scholarship and bring it back. Of course, the majority's opinion would be that you need to change the Constitution. If you don't change the scholarship program, you need to try to amend the South Carolina Constitution, Article 11. So we'll see how it plays out.
The Department of Education says it has already stopped payments for tuition and fees.
Happening now, 7 News is caring for the Carolinas with our Shred-a-thon. It is a chance for you to safely shred and destroy your sensitive documents. 7 News Chief Meteorologist Christy Henderson has been out there in a beautiful bright yellow coat at Bath Fitter in Duncan, braving the raindrops, trying to lift our spirits and do some good in the community. Hey, Christy.
Hey, Amy, I thought you were going to say nice, bright, sunny day. I was like, I wish. But I'll tell you what, with the light rain that we've had, and it's really been just a light drizzle at best, and the cloud cover, the cool temperatures are kind of worth it. It's only, like Grant said, in the 60s to low 70s. We are here at Bath Fitter in Duncan. We're going to be here until 6 o'clock. This is one of our most popular events that we have all year, our Shred-a-thon. So if you have any of those sensitive documents you want shredded, and don't we all collect all this stuff? Right, and we may have these small paper shredders, but Shred-away will take care of the whole thing. You just drive on up, and we will get everything out of the car for you and shred it away. So we appreciate our Carolyn for the Carolinas partners. Again, we're going to be here until 6 o'clock. Real easy to find. Bath Fitter in Duncan, right off of exit 63. Just turn right at Wendy's and look for our red tent. You'll see us here until 6 o'clock. So, and we're in the last hour of this event. If you want to come, just getting off work, you can bring your papers along here and we'll take care of it for you. All right, let's send it over to Taylor.
All right, Christy, thank you. Sean Diddy Combs has pleaded not guilty in connection to a sex trafficking operation. We're hearing the latest from today's hearing coming up.